Hello, so in this video I'm sharing with you my inspiration rituals, the sort of things I like to do to get inspired, to get in the mood of creating. So I get this question a lot: what do I do to get inspired? How do I start? What sort of things I like to do? What do I do when I get stuck? I'm going to share that with you, the sort of things I like to do. I always find it very inspiring to know how poets, writers, painters, artists start to create, what the sort of things they do before creating to be inspired. It's always interesting. You always learn interesting things when they share this aspect of their creating process. John Keats, for example, the poet, the English poet, he said that when he was stuck, when he felt he was totally sluggish, he had no really good ideas. He liked to have his clean clothes on, to be really clean, just if he had maybe an appointment, something important coming, and then he would sit at his desk in front of his page and start to write. And I really like that. So there are many things I like to do also when I get stuck, and I'm going to share that at the end of the video. So it will start first by creating my own bubble away from any technology and being on my own. And for that I will pick up some of my good old CDs from my collection. I still listen to CDs. I know it's a bit not used anymore, but I still love my CDs. So I will pick up a few of them, Baroque and classical music. I will enter my studio and first put my music on, which will create a nice atmosphere for this very important part of the creation, which is finding ideas. So I like to have that. Music inspires me a lot, so I like to have usually Baroque or classical music on. Then I will go with something really basic, books. I don't go online, I don't check anything on my computer, only when I'm stuck, and I will let you know that at the end of the video. But I will go back to my fairy tales. I'm inspired by fairy tales all the time. I will never get inspired by them. So I will pick up my fairy tales, some reference book, my Marie Antoinette book, which I adore. I always find ideas in them, in this furniture, in these costume details. My Louis XIV book too. I don't have a lot, but I know them by heart, but I always find ideas in them. And then I dive into my fairy tale I want to study. I want to explore the characters I want to do. I may already have explored this fairy tale, or it might be a totally new one, but I like this process of gathering all my books around me and diving into the story little by little. There is really a magic in this moment of creating. I love this moment. It's really like a trip into yourself, into the most precious part of what an artist has. It's his imagination. So being inspired is letting these ideas go out. And for me, it's going to start with sketching. I like to open my sketchbook and I will start drawing, sketching very bad sketches. This is not about the quality. I will also write the words, the sentences, the parts of the story I want to study, I want to work on, and usually writing these words will help me a lot. It always helps me just to write the parts of the excerpts of the story I want to study. And it opens gates. It's very interesting. It's just like keys which open doors to other worlds, and it always works. So I can spend many hours just writing the parts of the stories I want to work on, with the characters I want to study, and then I will sketch and I will draw and I will let all my ideas go on the page, and even the bad ones. And usually there is always something a little interesting, including a lot of bad ideas, but it's not really the purpose. I don't share and I don't show all that. I keep most of that for myself, so I don't have to be ashamed of my ideas if they're not very good. If I'm uninspired, I can of course go outside, have some fresh air, all these things, but the two things I adore doing is going back to my old sketchbooks, opening them and trying to find if I don't find an idea I didn't use. There were are a lot of ideas I didn't use. I can't do all in paper, all the things I have in my mind. So this is something usually which works pretty well. The other thing is going back to my files in my computer, my archives, and looking at all my archives. And this will give me also a lot of ideas, because it's not a narcissistic thing. It's really trying to see what I could improve, trying to see what the things I could have made better, and this always helped me too. So this is just inspiring to see that there are a lot which have been done. Just the days when you're uninspired, usually you're a bit sad too, so it goes together, and this helped a lot. Thank you so much for watching this short video about inspiration. This is going to be a part of a series about my artist life. So I will have other videos coming in the future, sharing really topics of questions I'm asked, and I will reply to this question in a video. So if you have also some question about creative process, the artist life, things like that, feel free to ask them. Maybe they will be turned into a video. So for now, I leave you here. Thank you very much for your kindness and for your support, and I will see you very soon.